Okay, good afternoon, everyone. How are we? Let me hope everyone is okay. Let me hope everyone is fine. All of you are very, very welcome. Thank you so much for joining us on this Zoom. Good afternoon, everyone. How are we? Let me hope everyone is okay. Okay, so all of us who have joined us, you are very welcome. Welcome to this Zoom. Uh, Coming here to learn is a very, very important thing. I want to tell you all, my dear friends, that thank you so much for joining in. It's very, very important. This time round, uh, we have we have decided to change the game. Okay, as we are here, we are also live on our YouTube channel. Okay, we are live on our YouTube channel. You can come and for those people who are finding it a problem to to who are finding it a problem to come and join us on Zoom. Some people's Zooms are failing, so they can watch it. They can watch it via YouTube. We are live, okay? We are live on YouTube and on Zoom here. Anyway, how are we? Let me hope everyone is fine. Let me notify people. Okay. Um, okay. Okay. I've notified them. I've notified them. So, how was the week? How was the weekend? I know people have made money. Sushi made a lot of money. People have made money in Bake. People have made money in WLD. Who are trading WLD here in the room? Now you are trading WorldCoin. Let me see you. Who are those people trading WorldCoin? Can I see you? You can raise up your hand or you can type the word yes in the chat box. Who are those people who are trading WorldCoin? Let me see you. No one. Sure. So no one is trading WorldCoin. What are you trading, you people? Ed is saying he's trading WorldCoin. Eh? Okay. WorldCoin was one of the best performing currencies for the whole of last week. Actually, I may say for the full month. Last month and this month, WorldCoin is performing very well. That's why I give it to people in cycle. It's really trading very well. When you are trading it in cycle, you must make sure that your trade settings are covering 40% at least. Hear me very well. 40% at least. That is not at most. That is at least. When you're having good capital and you would love to enjoy that trade, give it good capital, give it a percentage of 60%. You are going to enjoy it. You are going to enjoy WorldCoin. It's really one of the best currencies I have seen. It has a very good history. Let me share my screen. Let me share my screen and I show you. Let's go here on our trading view. You know, when you look at WorldCoin, the way it is performing, the way it repeats history is amazing. That's why it makes good money. Look, its support and resistance are very consistent. Okay? For the past days, it has been doing this. Are you seeing? Are you seeing where there is a blue line? You see that, you realize that almost for a full month, this was September. In September 16th, half of that month, it was coming to the blue line. Then it came down. Then it went back to the blue line. Then it came down. So that means the blue line was a resistance. Are you getting the point? People who are attending classes here, I think you know these things. Where are the people who attend classes of Leader Harriet, classes of trading? So that blue line was a resistance. So whenever the market came and hit that line, it was dropping. It did that twice. That was in September and then in November this month when it was beginning. Now, what happened? Finally, on 9th and 10th November, actually not that, there's a big green candle here. That was 13th. On 13th November, it finally broke through the resistance line. Finally. Let's make it more clear. You see this green line? It first made that candle, the green candle. It hit. Then we got a red candle. Maybe we thought that this time around it might fail also like it has been doing. Kumbe wa, then we got a doji. Are you seeing that doji here? Now, this doji was a green light that this coin is going. Shown me that this coin had shown me that the market is really breaking. It's breaking resistance, the resistance level. Woo! Now our coin is at 2.6 at the moment, but this coin was at $1.50 always. So it's a very good coin. Now let's see where it will find the next resistance level. So people who are trading this in cycle, you are really enjoying. I'm telling you, this coin is good, is making money, is progressing very well. Yeah, that's what I can tell you. So how are we? Let me hope everyone is good. Are you making money? Is your robot earning money? Is it? If your robot is not making money, you need to look at two things. First of all, you need to look at your trading capital. Second, you need to look at your trade settings. Maybe you have wrong settings. Maybe your capital is needed. You need more capital. You know, whenever you are seeing your trades in negative, that's an indicator that you need more capital. You get my point. Otherwise, I'm very humbled to be a trainer today. My name is Kainda Osama. I'm a leader, I'm a mentor, and a trainer of Royal Curo trading robots. I train people how to use this robot. That's the job I pattern. That's the job I signed for the whole of these years because I realized this pays more money than anything else you ever know. I am seeing a lot of people in the room. Thank you so much for attending. Maclean, you back. Nice to meet you, my dear, once more again. Robert Kawogo, how are you, brother? Hey, okay. So don't forget we are live on YouTube. Those people who can't access Zoom, you can go on YouTube and watch it and watch us there. Now, today, we're going to be looking at robotic settings. There are things which are disturbing people to understand about their robots. You know, last training I told you people that if you understand the trade settings in your local language, you will never fail making money with this robot. Never ever fail. You will never. So today I want to enlighten you about these trade settings. Mostly the trade settings on the interface of a coin. You know, when I'm going to trade a coin, it has an interface. For example, WLD. So when I'm trading WLD, that coin has an interface. Okay. Let me look for it here. Let me share my screen. Let me first share my screen so that we can start right away. Let me hope my voice is clear. In case of any network problem, someone you will notify me. You just unmute yourself and notify me. Now let's go. Now this is our robot, Ryuki robot. We are going to look at a coin called WorldCoin. WorldCoin, when we tap it, it is going to bring us here. Now, let me start with here. Many people are not understanding these things. I want you to look very closely. I want you to look very close. The robot is showing you some of the icons which are very important on this trade. First of all, it opens a trading page. Okay? A trading page whereby you are seeing some of the important things. some of the important things, like for example, look at the trading page. It is showing us the movement of this coin. I mean the candles. Okay. Not only that, it is showing us the robots there up. So you can choose which robot do you want to trade with here. So if I tap robots, the robot will ask me which kind of robot. There's something people don't know, that this robot is a 3-in-1. It's a 3-in. When you tap create, the robot has 3 types of robots. However, these 3 types of robots, they don't apply on every coin. Okay? They don't apply on every coin. They apply on different coins. For example, Martingale strategy bot. This is what most people are trading with. I'll explain these things so that they get understandable. Then we have what we call greedy bot. Now, we have even a futures robot trading, a futures robot, or a futures trading robot. There are 3 of them. But with WLD as a coin, it is only tradable with the 2 coins. There's what we call greedy bot and the Martingale strategy bot. Now, these are the 2 types of robots we have. Now, let's go back to markets. Now, most of us, whenever we open a coin, these are the things we see. We see the name of the coin there up. We see the bell in the corner. When you tap that bell, it's like you are telling the robot, I want you to notify me on the movement and the progress of this currency. For example, you can tell it that whenever this currency has a rapid rise or fall, tell me. Whenever this coin gets a new high or new low, tell me. You can even set it and tell it, you know what's up? When this coin hits this, for example, 100%, tell me. The robot will notify you. You can even tell it to bell, to notify you. If while the coin hits $5, it will tell you. When it hits $5, let it tell. I already have these alerts. I told my robot when WorldCoin hits $5, you tell me, and when it hits 0.00, also notify me. So these are like notifications the robot is going to be telling you, and that's what this window is all about. Are you seeing this window? So when you tap it, you see my yellow window, that icon, which is on my screen. It's a floating window. Whenever I tap it, the coins I'm following, I can see them from there. Okay, that's what that bell means. So if you're trading a certain coin, you can track it, even if you are in other applications, even if I'm on WhatsApp, okay? And this bell will always be here. It will notify me on the movement of the coins. Okay, can we proceed? Now, we tap create. When you tap create, the robot asks you, which kind of a robot would you like to trade this currency? Okay? Which kind of a robot would you like to trade this currency? Mostly, we are using Martingale strategy robot. Now, these are 2 robots. Let me explain them here. Let me first save my file. Okay, so I've saved my file. Now, I'm going to explain these robots. Let's start with the Martingale. Martingale strategy robot. What's a martingale? This is what a martingale means. That if I'm trading WLD as a currency, and this is where it is at $2.4. I buy here, I sell here, I buy, I sell, I buy, I sell, I buy, I sell. That's what martingale means. Even if the market keeps dropping, it keeps buying, selling, buying, selling, buying, selling. So martingale is buy and sell according to the movement of a coin and according to the strategy you are using. You can be one short. You bought here and you're selling at 2.5. With one shot, you get out. With cycle, it keeps buying and selling according to the movement of the coin. That's what we call martingale strategy robot. That's how it works. Then we have grid. Grid robot. What does grid robot mean? If I'm trading WLD as a coin, okay, and I can tell my robot that we are going to trade WLD, but in a grid. Grid means lines. Who studied geography here? Okay, these are lines. Okay, I think these are what we call grids. So we are going to trade WLD in grids. How do we do that? If this is our WLD, I can tell my robot that I want you to buy WLD at 2.4. Between 2.4 price, this is a price, and the 3.4 as a price. Now this is my grid. Now let's draw the grid. Now the robot will ask you, how many grids do you want between these two prices? From 2.4 to 3.4, that means there is a price range of $1. So you can tell your robot, I want 10 grids. So the robot will divide this grid into 10. Yeah, I didn't know I can do straight lines. Let me try. Yeah, I love technology. You can even draw straight lines. Like that. Like that. Ah. Bas. Now, these are our lines. These are grids. Okay? Let me change the color. So, our robot, let me put green. So, our robot will buy here. If the market goes here, it buys. And at the same time, it can sell what it bought here originally. So if the market comes back, it buys. And the market goes up still, it buys, sells, buys, sell, buy, sell. Like, since it's a grid, the market moves like that. But in case the market hits this price, 3.4, the robot will close the grid. So someone who's trading in a grid, they can decide that I'm trading WLD from this price to this price. In between there, that's where I'm going to be making my money. So the grid robot keeps on buying and selling in these levels. However, most of us, we don't trade that robot. We use martingale strategy robot. It's what we understand more, and it's what is proven as a working robot. So we tap create with the martingale strategy robot. Then the robot asks you that we have two types of trading here. Choose a circle owner to sync your strategy. When you choose a circle owner, that means you don't need to put any settings. You're just going to follow someone like this guy Midnight. When I follow him, I just tap sync a strategy, okay? And I put the amount of coins I want to trade, for example, 2, because this guy might have a table. They will tell you that if you have this amount, trade this amount of coins. If you have this amount, so you just put the strategies that I'm going to trade 2 of them, then you tap sync strategy. The moment you tap sync strategy, but do you see the profit sharing? The guy is taking 15%. I don't advise this kind of trading. Imagine someone takes 15% and you are giving the robot 20%. That means you are giving away 35% of your income. No, we don't trade that. We trade this. You tap create martingale robot, then you tap create, then you tap the last next. Why the last next? It is saying, feel free to create your own strategy. It is more flexible. Here you are doing what you want with your money. You design your settings. Now, this is where our training today is going to be. Now, most of us, we are trading with this format. You sit down with your leader, you design settings according to your capital. That's what we are doing here, not so? So now, here, for example, you have your trade settings. You tap the yellow button, you tap on your settings. After doing that, you scroll down and save. Now, those are your settings, right? Now, what you are remaining with is just to start the trade. However, I want to teach you something. I want to teach you something. Let me create. So when I create, my robot has bought. Let's assume we have entered such a trade. So when we enter such a trade, I want you to look here very closely. These are the things we are going to learn today. The first one here, I want you to look here up. I want you to look here up. There is what we call position amount. Let's start from the beginning. I want you to tap here. Here in the corner, what does that mean? That's where we find transaction record. If I'm trading WLD, my robot will keep the records here. These records will stay forever. Okay? These records will stay forever. They will be here all the time. So my robot is saying, I have bought WorldCoin. I've invested in $25. So these are information about your trading. The second icon. Come on. I think I need to keep these things here. So the second icon is this. Okay. Now, what's that? Position amount. The amount of money the robot has put in this trade. Remember, I told you that when we are trading, we don't put all our money once in a trade. I don't advise that kind of trading. If I'm trading with $1,000, I'll first enter a trade with the $50 only, and the balance will be 950. When will that 950 be put in a trade? That is after the coin drops. Why would I put my $1,000 when I'm not sure where this coin is going, whether it's going up or down? But if I have just put in my money and the market drops, that means I've been floating loss for a long time waiting for this coin to come back, then I sell. Have we studied that? Then average price. What does average price mean? Average price means the price of a coin you have bought it. Now, I've bought this coin at $2.6. Okay, so we have average price and we have current price down. Current price, of course, as you hear the word current price. Currently, this is the price of this coin. It's at 2.699. I bought it at 2.6778. That means this coin is already in profit because it has gone up. Okay, now number of margin calls. Now, whenever the robot buys any margin call, it will tell you from here that I've bought a margin call. I've bought a margin call. I've bought a margin call. Whenever it buys, it should tell you that now I have bought one margin call. I've bought two margin calls. Now I've bought three margin calls. Now I've bought 10 margin calls. I've bought 50. It will tell you the number of margin calls it has bought. Okay, have we learned that? Then we have return rate. What is a return rate? A return rate. This is a percentage of how this coin is performing, whether in negative or positive. When it is in positive, that means this coin is in profits, just like you see it right now. It's at 0.667%. So that means this coin is in a return rate of profits. When you see it in negative, that means this coin has gone down. Are we getting the point? So now, let's go to the next icon. One shot. Now, usually here, this button changes according to the strategy. When you see here the button saying one shot, that means here it is in cycle. They are up. Okay? When you see one shot here, that means here it is cycle. When I change and I tap one shot, okay, you realize that now this mark has changed. Now it's one shot, but here there is cycle. So that button is changing the format. How? Now let me explain that. Okay, when we are trading, we have two types of trading. We have one shot and cycle. I love all these strategies. How do they operate? This is one shot. When I buy WLD, for example, I buy it at 2.6 right now, and the price go to 2.9. I'm selling. When I'm in one shot, my robot will sell and bring back my money with profits, then it will stop. But with the cycle, after selling, it will buy again. It keeps moving with the coin. If it goes down, it buys margin calls. When it goes up, it sells, go down, buys, go down. So it is trading this coin repeatedly. That's what we have. That's what we call cycle and one shot. So one shot, you sell, you're done. Cycle, you buy, sell repeatedly. Then let's look at another icon. Sell. Sell, this is where you can sell a coin manually. For example, I have an emergency. I can come and I order my robot to sell this coin manually. I come here, I tap sell, I tap market price. The robot will tell me that if we sell this coin, we are going to make this percentage. These are the profits we are going to make from this trade. If it is in negative, it will still tell you. So that is manual selling. Even manual buy is there. I have my money. I want to inject in more in this trade. But when you tap market price, the robot will buy current price. So when you confirm and put the amount of money you want, the robot will buy. That's what we call manual trading. For example, let's do it. You tap market price, then you put $10, then you confirm. What the robot will do, it will buy the current price of this coin and inject in the money you had suggested. Okay? So when it buys, it will tell you that. You even see, when you check the transaction record, it has said manual buy. That means it is you who has placed that buy. Okay? So then we have another icon here. It's called strategy mode. Now we have three types of modes. Let me explain them. We have the whole warehouse. Whole warehouse means that the robot buys and it will sell all these margin calls at once. Hope you remember the margin calls. So the robot buys and sells all the margin calls at once. You get my point? Buys, sells at once. Okay? However, sub-bin mode. Sub-bin mode means that the robot is buying and selling different margin calls independently, but it will show you the profits after the whole trade has been sold. Then sub-bin real time. Sub-bin real time means if the coin is going down, the robot buy margin calls. These are margin calls on different levels. And it will buy these margin calls and sell them independently. And it will show you profits in real time. I advise this kind of strategy mode, the sub-bin real time. It's the best. It will show you profits in real time. It will be giving you profits repeatedly. Okay? Now, let's go to so now we are going to look at switch on margin call. Switch on margin call means what? When you switch off this button, for example, the robot won't buy different margin calls you had set in your settings. The margin calls are not going to be bought. Now, I want you to always check this button. You know, some of you put money, you enter trade, and then you are like, why is it my robot buying margin calls? I'm not seeing it buying margin calls. Okay? Always come and check this setting. Okay? Always come and check this setting. So whenever you find it off, just tap it and switch it on. And then I want you to know one thing. Whenever the robot wants to buy a margin call, let's assume in your settings by mistake in your margin configuration, for example, my robot has not bought any margin call. So that means the second margin call is this. The margin call it's going to buy. Some people, by mistake, they had put here more money. You told your robot to buy 128 times over the first buying amount, which is $25. So you come here on calculator, 25 times 128. That means the robot is going to inject in $3,200, but you don't have that money on Binance. So when the robot reaches this point of buying and it finds out that you don't have this money on your exchanger, it will come and switch off this margin call, and then it will send you a message in your notification button. It will send you a message that, hey, I have stopped margin call due to insufficient balance on your exchange. When you put money on your exchange, okay, you come and switch on margin call. Don't you always see that message? So that is what that message always means. So whenever you find that button off, don't worry, just switch it on. Okay, just switch it on. Okay, now we are going to another icon. Another icon is saying AI margin call. What does AI margin call mean? Now, when you switch on AI margin call, what does it do? Do you know what it does? AI margin call is going to switch all your settings to default settings. Let me advise you, my dear friends, whenever you are trading and you find this button on, switch it off, because it is going to antagonise all your trade settings. They're going to be in trouble. You told your robot to use $300 in the settings, but the moment you switch on AI margin call, the robot will go to default settings. Let me tell you about the default settings. The default settings, the robot has only 7 margin call. Only 7 margin call. But you know what's up? These are the margin configurations. The robot is buying up to $3,000. 128, 12 times 128. That means the robot is injecting in $1,500. Now, add the 64 times. So at the end of the day, the robot is using like $3,800. The moment the AI margin call button is switched on, the robot will need to use $3,800 as trade settings. So the moment you have such settings, you are in trouble. Why? In case you don't have that amount on your Binance, the robot will not be trading. The robot will not follow your orders. Some of you have that problem. You're like, hello, my robot stopped buying. I don't know what happened. It only bought the first margin call. It didn't buy more other. I don't know why. Some other people be like, you know what's up? There is a coin. It took all my money. It bought only 4 margin calls and it injected in all my capital. How much is your capital? $500. Kumbe, the settings of AI margin call are this. These are settings of AI margin calls. Let me show them to you. The first 4 margin calls, they use almost $500, $400. $500, $400. So you have to be very serious about those things. So the moment you find that button on, rush and switch it off. Switch it off. We will use such button in the bull run, but right now, no way. Don't dare think about it. Okay? So preset first preset buy-in price. What does first preset buy-in price mean? When you tap here, this is where we connect, this is where we order our robot to buy at a certain price, in case you are putting a signal. Let's assume they have given you a signal, they're like trade world coin, but tell your robot to buy at $2 sharp. Right now, the current price is at 2.6. Do you know what the robot will do? The robot will come and follow your order here, which you had put in there. Then we have take profit trigger. Take profit trigger, the robot is saying, I am selling this coin at 2.719 as a price. That's when I will sell this coin. And then it is saying status, waiting for trigger. Now, always check this status. One of my friends called me someday. Hello, Sama, how are you doing? I have a problem. My robot is disturbing me. I don't know what's wrong. I'm not getting it. This coin bought at this price. I was following everything. And then it is going to sell at this price, but it's not selling. What's the problem? It bought, but it didn't sell. I was like, by the way, let's come and check on the status. What is the robot saying? The robot was saying, take profit triggered, take profit price triggered, waiting for callback. So I was like, the robot is just about to sell. It is just waiting for the callback. So the callback percentage you had put is what the robot is waiting. In case it hits, it will sell instantly. As we are talking, the robot sold. So always check the status. The robot will keep updating you about what's going on in your trade. Now, we have a summary down here. This is what we call a summary. Okay? A summary of trading. This is a summary of trading as we are seeing it here. What does this summary mean? The summary means that the robot is telling you that the first buying amount is $12. The take profit. By the way, I want us to be very serious on this. The moment you switch on the AI margin call, it will choose the settings. It will change them. Okay? It will change them. So the first buying amount was 25, but right now it's 12. So this is a summary of your trade settings. First buying amount, take profit ratio, margin call drop. It means the margin call drop, the second one. Margin call limit, how many margin calls are you having? Earns callback and buying callback. We talked about these callbacks, the earnings, that is the take profit callback, and then the buying callback, the callback for buying. So in other words, this is the summary of our trading settings. If you understand this summary, you're going to make crazy money. Let me tell you, my dear friends, you are going to make crazy money. Okay? You're going to make crazy money. Let me switch on my margin call. You will see that the status is going to change. The status is saying, status waiting for trigger. Now, the status has changed. Have you seen? Buy-in price is triggered, waiting for callback. What's a callback? The buy-in callback, I had told my robot the buy-in callback is 0.2. So the robot is waiting for 0.2 to buy. So I told it that the margin call drop is 0.5. It is already hit because right now it's 0.68. So now it's waiting for the callback of 0.2. That means if this coin go back to 0. Now it might buy. You are going to see it buying a margin call. Now it has bought. Have you seen it? It has bought a margin call. Have you seen it? Now the first margin call is bought. So this robot is very accurate in the way it's doing these things. So the moment the coin went to 0.7 negative, it had already hit the target of buying. So now it was waiting for the call back, the buy-in call back to buy. So friends, why are we teaching these things? The moment you learn them, trading will become easy for you. It will become super easy for you. You will enjoy the business. You will enjoy the market. You will love the business. You will understand how it works. You will like everything about it. So that's our training today. Hope we have learned something. These days, I don't want to teach a lot of stuff. I want to have a very simple and precise training to make sure that our people are learning, at least they are getting something, they master it, and they can even follow it. Okay? When they can even follow it in their trading. Anyone with a question? So now I'm ready for questions. I'm ready for questions. My brother is asking, please leader, help me explain manual cell again. Manual cell. Manual cell, it's like manual cell, it's like, let me explain it here. Manual cell, you are ordering your robot to sell manually. Okay? You can order your robot to sell manually without waiting for its profit trigger. You just tap the button of sell, you tap market price and confirm. The robot will sell. So it's like manual. It's like I'm driving an automatic car. Okay? But these automatic cars these days, they give them a manual gear somewhere. So I can even order it that you put the first gear, put gear number 1. I order. I don't wait for its auto. Same concept. Success Man is asking, how do you set it to sub-bin in real time? How do you set it to sub-bin in real time? You tap on strategy mode and you choose sub-bin in real time, then you confirm. Carissa is saying, thanks, mentor. It was a good teaching. Thank you so much, brother. Thank you so much. Long time, Van. Thanks, leader. This was a fruitful training. You're welcome, Brenda. Anyone with a question before we close our training today? Anyone with a question before we close our training today? Anyone with a question before we close our training today? You put your questions in there. So, how much will Bill run? What is that question? How much will Bill run go next year? How much will Bull? You mean Bull run or Bill run? You mean the price? Unless you don't know what a Bull run is. Kindly, let's have a recap on the strategy mode. It has been so tricky. Okay, let me do it again. You can't know how long the bull run lasts. Just know the bull run has started. A bull run always has 3 years. This is what history has been. So that means this was the first year, we have a next year and the other year. So you just tighten your belts. Okay, let's do a recap on the strategy modes. Someone is asking for a recap on strategy modes. Let's go here to the strategy modes. Strategy mode. We have 3 types of modes. Let me draw them. We have a hollow warehouse. This is what a hollow warehouse means. If I'm trading and my first buying amount was on this level, my robot bought. So the market started going down and the robot has been buying margin calls. Are you seeing? The robot will not sell any margin call until the market comes up again and hits its sell target. Then it will sell all these margin calls at once. In other words, it will sell the coin at once. Okay? It will sell the coin at once. It will buy margin calls differently on different levels. The first margin call, the second margin call, the third margin call, the fourth margin call, and then to sell them at once. That's what we call wall warehouse. This is wall warehouse. Actually, wall warehouse is the more profitable, but it needs patient people and people with good money. You know, people with good money are always patient. That's my experience. People with little capital are the ones who are not. They want their $50 to deliver daily. Tebagala chintu chonna. Don't dare tap all warehouse. You will die. Okay, now let's go to sub-bin. Sub-bin. Sub-bin, the robot is buying margin calls and selling them independently because this is what the robot does. This is what the robot does. With the robot, when it buys margin calls, from the 5th 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, all these margin calls are sold independently. Okay, hope we know that. The 50th margin call, the 6th, the 7th, the 8th, and 9th, they are all sold independently. If the robot buys the 50th margin call and it goes up, the robot will sell it. Just like the 6th, the 7th, up to infinity. Now, with SaboBean, it will keep doing this job, but it will not show you profits until it closes the whole deal. Now, SaboBean real time, it is the same concept, only that with SaboBean real time, these profits will be shown in real time. For example, if the coin sells the 9th margin call and it makes $2, it will show you in the revenue details that I've made $2. If it sells the 8th one and it makes $4, it will show you that we have made $6 and we have sold it twice. So it will keep updating you in real time. That's why we prefer SaboBean real-time settlement. Because you can be in a coin and it's buying margin calls repeatedly. However, it's not. However, okay. However, it will not be. It is buying margin calls, but it's not selling them, and you won't know. You get my point. So that's where it is more important. So I think those are the strategy modes. The Wall Warehouse is understandable now, the SaboBean, and the real time. Have we learned something? I'm seeing other questions here. People are asking, I'm trying to change my strategy mode from wholesale real time mode, but it's saying margin calls are more than 4. Any other way I can change it? You can't. The robot says that after buying the first 4 margin calls, you can no longer switch. So you always, whenever you enter trade, switch your modes there. If you don't switch them, the robot won't buy. You get my point? The moment you enter trade, before the robot even buys any margin call, switch to your favorite strategy mode. Otherwise, if you don't, and the robot buys the 4 margin calls, the moment it buys the 50th one, then you are locked. You can't switch. You will have to wait for that trade to sell off. Macklin is saying people with small capital, sorry. Yeah, I'm very right. People with small capital are taboo. Can I use margin calls when I have a margin call drop of 5%? Of course, yes. You can even have 100 margin calls. Who can say no? Thank you, leader. Well understood. You're very welcome, Nicholas. Thank you so much. I think no more questions. I'm not seeing any more questions in the chat box. I hope we have learned something. We have learned something, right? I want to recommend the new people who have joined us, the people who are busy, who can't attend at this time. Let them go on our YouTube channel and they watch this training, okay? Let them go on our YouTube channel and they watch this training. It's available there. We want you people to learn and understand this business, okay? We want you to learn and understand this business. It's going to make for you crazy money, okay? Learn, understand, and then practice, okay? And then practice. Don't just learn and run away. No, you learn and then practice. This is going to make for you crazy. Practice what you have learned, okay? Practice what you have learned. Thank you so much for attending. Have a great time. See you at the top.